Hi everyone, I'm Trini, and today I'm going to introduce the leader of Taliban, Abdul Ghani Baradar, and discuss with you why he is listed on the Time 100 Most Influential People. And my presentation will be divided into 4 parts. So, the first part, who is this man with a full beard? Abdul Ghani Baradar has been a good friend of Mohammed Omar since their teenage. Mohammed Omar is a spiritual leader in Taliban and he is also a founder of Taliban. Baradar founded Taliban in 1994 with Mohammed Omar, which means he is also an initial founder of Taliban. And during his early career in Taliban, he has been in a lot of high-level positions in this organization, such as Corps Commander, which is control, controls the military, and he is also the leader of Quetta Shura. Quetta Shura is like a council of leaders. It consists of the leaders in Taliban, and Baradar is the leader of the leaders. Baradar has been in the jail in Pakistan for 8 years because after the 911 attacks, the US wanted to arrest bin Laden, but Taliban shielded him from being caught by the US, and that is the reason why Baradar got arrested. And this is also the reason why the US started a war with Afghanistan. And Baradar is the Deputy Prime Minister of Afghanistan currently. So does he deserve this 100 influential people title? My answer is yes, he is definitely influential. I think it is a little difficult to show you his impact on the world during this 10-minute presentation, but I'll just pick up some major points because it involves with a lot of complex political issues. So after he got released, he returned to Afghanistan and he led the Taliban. And as we know, the US has been in a war with Afghanistan for a long time, but in recent years, the both countries have reached to a peace agreement in 2020, which is the Doha Agreement. And Baradar played a significant role in this agreement because he represented Taliban to sign the document with the US. And he also had a secret meeting with CIA about the US military withdrawal in 2021, which is a big news a couple months ago. And under Baradar's government, he claimed that the Taliban is different from the past Taliban. We all know the Taliban is infamous for their brutality and their disrespect for women. But Baradar promised women that he will improve their rights. He promised women that they have the right to work, they have the right to education. And this picture here, this is the women in Afghanistan. They are under the rule that they have to wear this burqa. And burqa is a veil that covers up their whole body, only except for their eyes. So the last part is the conclusion. And this is how the journalist who recommended Abdul Ghani Baradar to the Time magazine. He described him a revered, charismatic military leader and a deeply pious figure. And I think it really shows Baradar's importance to Afghanistan and Taliban. I think Baradar is a key role for Afghan's future because, like what he promised, he said that he will change how the world regards Taliban. And this is also related to the relationship between the Western country and the Middle East. Under his moderate diplomacy, how will their relationship become in the future? And will he really bring a different Taliban? And like speaking of the women's rights, well, the women in Afghanistan really get their rights that they deserve. I think we are all the witnesses to see whether his promises will come true or not. And actually, I'm really curious about the Middle East, and that's why I choose this topic. But living in Taiwan, I think we have a little chance to know what is happening there because we we have like with our news, they seldom report that, and um, uh, as a global citizen, I think we should care more about the issue happening on the other side of the continent. Yes, and this is my presentation. Thank you.
Right. So thank you, Trini. I think so. You still have maybe roughly 3 minutes left. Maybe you can still try to give us a bit more about this Taliban leader. I think, as we know, so after the withdrawal of the U.S. troops from Afghanistan, we know the new Taliban government has imposed some rather unfair rules regarding women. For example, many women are still banned from attending schools. Also,
Yes.
many female journalists, reporters are also banned from continuing with their work. So, do you have any comments on this?
Um, I think I think Taliban is a really mysterious organization, and what they claim is not only the truth. So he claimed that he will give women rights, but will it become the truth? I don't really think so.
Hmm. I mean, yeah. So it seems that maybe this leader is not keeping his promise. So do you think this will make him less influential in the near future?
Mm, I think his influence is not only related to the human rights, but also the political relationship between the Middle East and the Western country.
Hmm.
So, and also the decision made by him is not only himself, it's the organization. He is only um, the the speaker of the
Hmm.
organization.
Okay, thank you. Good. I believe that maybe some of the audience members are very curious about this figure. So now, feel free if you have any question or comment. Yeah, you can also ask for information, or if there's anything you'd like to know more, you can also ask the presenter to clarify. Yes, Kari.
Um, I want to know what's your opinion about, balancing between the traditional culture and the common human rights. Like,
You mean like the Islam culture? They
yeah,
think
yeah,
the
yeah,
women have to cover their face.
yeah, yeah, like this.
I think
Because
as the time passing, I think uh, the culture is culture, but um, maybe our opinion can change with the how to say how to say our education is improved and we are um, we can just change our opinion not only based on the religion but also with the trend in this in recent years. Yes.
because we are taught to be respecting all kinds of culture background, right? So I think
Yes.
it's a very important question to ask.
But actually, the women dress in Afghanistan, the burqa um, is not what the Muslims rule. It's only the Taliban ask them to do so. Yes, like in Indonesia, the Muslim don't cover their face.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Good. Thank you for the question, Kari. And also, thank you, Trini, for sharing with us some more facts about the Islamic culture. And so I think we also have a question or comment from Emily.
Yeah. So do you think because now women rights in Middle East area are they don't deserve their right, like they need to separate, they cannot travel or something, a lot of restrictions. So uh, do you think for how long this kind of gap can be eliminated, or this do you think this kind of tradition will deeply rooted in this kind of culture? Yeah.
Actually, I don't really know because I think since we born, the culture in the Middle East has been so. So I don't really know when will it be changed. But I think there is always people trying to change the tradition.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
Emily. I think it's a good question. I think actually, if we look at Saudi Arabia, I think Saudi Arabia can be a good example. We know, since Saudi Arabia has its new king, Salman, I think Salman has begun some reform in the country. For example, we know in Saudi Arabia in the past, women were not allowed to drive, but Salman has already lifted the restrictions. So now women in Saudi Arabia, they can drive. They can also attend baseball games. Yeah, so they're actually given much more freedom than before. So maybe Saudi Arabia will be one good example for Afghanistan. Good.
Okay.
Do we have any other questions? Maybe one more question or comment before we finish? If you'd like to speak, you can just turn on the mic. Okay, if not, so then let's give Trini a big hand. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, maybe you can end sharing now. Thank you.